What is up, everyone? Today I got a package in the mail. I just dropped something. Let me pick that up. I got a few things in the mail, actually. Let me start off with the best thing that I got. Let me see where I put those boxes. I put it like behind me. There's a bunch of them right there. But I can show you. I got these. Let me kick that camera into four-wheel drive. I got these. If it does focus. See the Shure SE. Oh, what? SE535. Now I have these in my ear, right? So they're IEMs, in-ear monitors. As you can see, sorry for the camera focusing thing. Let me get that out of the way. They fit in the ear like this, loop over your ear, and then what you do is you put these like behind your shirt like this, like under your shirt or behind your shirt, like this. The cable does actually go all the way. So you put them behind you like that, and then you tighten up this little thing. So let me tell you something about Shure. I started off on the SE215s, which are in-ear monitors, great for starters, like $100 starters. I got the clear version, so you can see the drivers. Only has one driver. This one has a couple more. Let's check out the Shure website, actually. Shure SE535. So these are actually a limited edition. So these, you see this website loads. This ones I got. Now this is not the price I paid. It's also not the wireless version. The ones I got are red, limited edition. They do sound really good. Like actually good sound quality. Go back and see if we can find the actual ones that I'm wearing right now. Limited edition, these are the ones that I got. So these. See, the red. They got a couple foam ear tips in the box. They got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versions. So one of them is these foam ones. These yellow foam. Then there's the extra sound isolating silicone ones, which actually have 3 different compartments which sound can't really travel through. So that's actually for sound isolating. These are also a little bit more isolating than the other foam ones. So this is the small, large, and the medium is in my ears. You know, I started off when I was maybe 16 years old. I got my first kit of IEMs, and I bought these, and I was like putting them in, playing my first song through the earphones, the IEMs, and I was like, shit, I can hear the artist breathing. I can hear all dynamic range, like low, medium, high, and like none of the bass notes are actually taking away any of the clarity of the medium frequency instruments like guitars, and metal would sound absolutely amazing. And I remember me, my sister, and my mom, and I think my aunt and uncle, we went to Paris, and I had these things in all the time, and I was like listening to music, looking through the streets, and I was like doing some shopping. Like, it's kind of cool to wear these, you know. You can just take one of them out and put them on your shoulder. It's like getting used to putting them in, like, and soon you just grow towards, and like you love them so much. Like every single picture I had, like with me and my friends drinking, I had the IEMs here, my shirt hanging out like this. I couldn't go anywhere without them, but because music is such a big part of my life, like it helped me through so many like tough times, and like I enjoyed them so much that I took them anywhere I went. And like the unfortunate thing now is I repaired this phone. As you can see, it has a black front and a white back. That's because I repaired this thing put in a new screen, putting a new charger port, taking it all apart basically to do those things. And actually what happened was the port now, the aux port 3.5 millimeters doesn't work anymore. So I have to figure that out somewhere. Like there's a couple solutions that I can try. I have like a like portable computer. It's called a Raspberry Pi. It's a single board computer. What that basically is a very tiny computer that you have to attach to a power supply. It doesn't have a screen. You can attach a screen to it. You can attach a keyboard to it, whatever you want, Ethernet port. And it has a 3mm jack, 3.5mm, so like the tiny jack, like this jack basically. And the thing is, I'm gonna probably wire that up to a battery pack, and put that in a backpack or in my pocket basically. And the thing is, what that's gonna do for me, it's gonna allow me to take portable music with me, so I could leave my phone here and take the single port computer in my pocket or whatever. So a different thing I could use is one of those wireless adapters, the one I showed on the website before, the red version, the limited edition. I can use that to connect with Bluetooth, but the port on my phone is not going to work, so I'm going to have to bypass that using some other device. So like these go for 509 euros. I'm going to be honest with you, I did not pay the full price. I got a Chinese version, made in China, but the quality is really good. I've bought like after sales things like Shure SE215s, and you could tell like they weren't the same quality. They weren't the same, like they would have like pieces of plastic sticking out, and like you have to sand them down, and these are detachable, so it's very hard to detach. I'll check that out later. Okay, so they come off, of course. They're detachable. You can change the wire for them. You can attach them to a Bluetooth device that sits on your neck, and with the wires coming out like this. There's like limitless things you can do with these, and like you can put different foam tips on them. You can do custom molds. You can do all sorts of things. There's also a little tool. This little tool to clean like earwax off of these things. Like, is 510 euros worth it for an IEM? I'm like, if you're in complete audiophile and you even work on stage, whether it's working in a band or doing whatever, or you work in construction or you do security, and you need to have earphones in to have comms, or you need live monitoring during a concert, then sure, go for these. But if you don't want to spend that amount, I say start on the SE215s, which are these. They come in clear, black, and blue colors. I got the clear ones. They're like around $100. You can get them. So see black, and these are the blue ones. Like very good quality. The cable is very thick. It's actually real silver in the wires. And that helps isolate it from other noise. So let's say you have a live monitoring pack on your hip. Other devices, it's not going to create any noise. It's going to be nice and isolated in terms of electrical signal interference. And then in terms of acoustic isolation, of course, foam ear tips, perfect. You can get custom ear tips like I have. Well, not custom, but they're like not by Shure, so these are very soft foam type. Like, they're a little bit expensive, but once you know what you're buying and you know like the acoustic impact that ear tips have on the in-ear monitor, once you understand that, you can adapt that to what you're listening to. Let's say I'm listening to heavy rap, like boom bap, or like old school style, or I'm listening to dubstep, drum and bass, house, techno. Then I might go for some silicon stuff, you know, like these silicone ear tips. These are perfect for deep bass notes. And then if you're looking for isolation, like you want to walk through a mall and listen to your own music with left and right in, like full stereo, then go for foam ear tips. Those are nice and isolating. And then if you want to keep that bass and keep the isolation, you can go for like this. This is a silicone ear tip which has like 3 chambers of vacuum that okay, like that will isolate a lot, perfect for like stage or heavy, where you don't need to hear your surroundings. What I used to do is like I'd have one foam ear tip, my left or right, and I take one out while I'm riding my bicycle. But what I found better is to actually use silicone ear tips, so a lot of bass notes, like I said, and I would just turn the volume down, and because it's not foam, it's not sound isolating as much, you can hear your surroundings perfectly if you keep your volume down. So that's what I used to do while riding my bicycle and while in traffic or with friends or whatever. Um, like this is the thing you'd put on your hip, you know. This is a receiver, transceiver, sends the mic signal, and you can actively monitor that. So yeah, these are the version I got. Very happy with them. I mean, IEMs and sound quality, that's just crazy. And like, if you don't like it being wired, you can go for these, you know. These are the this is like this on the left is the normal wire, like wired through aux, and then this one in the middle is a receiver for Bluetooth. As you can see, it has no attachment to your phone. That just sits in your on your neck or like below your shirt, and then you can charge them using this cable. That one holds a battery. Volume controls on it. You can pick up phone calls, but I do not see a microphone. This might be microphone itself. The thing I've seen with IEMs and microphones is that because one channel is also feeding a microphone from the signal that's coming from your phone, the balance will be off between left and right. So you can fix that in software. Let's say you're on Windows, you can go to like if you're on Windows, you can go to settings, you can go to start. Like you'll find the section that says audio. We'll go to the bottom right, which is now covered by my camera. A volume mixer or sound settings. And here you can actually manage your left and right balance, but you can't always do that on a Android or something. So you go to devices, properties, levels, and you can usually, because this is a sound card, I can't really control that, but I can show it in like headphones. These will have like left and right, if I'm not mistaken. Why is that not showing? Yeah, you'd be able to balance left and right individually. But with a company like Shure that really knows their stuff, I don't think you're gonna have a problem that like you're gonna get interference from the microphone or whatever. But if you're buying cheap stuff off of like some Chinese website, do not go for a microphone. Go for the microphoneless cord, microphoneless cable, and you'll be fine. So I'm really happy with these. I've only tested them with like a couple songs on YouTube. If you really wanted to test these out, you go to like Spotify, some little bit higher audio quality, or even like your own stuff produced in lossless formats. And also, what's important, if you're driving these off of a crappy MP4 or MP3 player, you might not notice difference. But if you're feeding them like me through a Focusrite audio interface and you got like a proper audio system to feed them, like you could go to details here, you'd know that the impedance of these things might not allow it to be fully driven the way you might need them to be, like with headphones that are a little bit heavier, because these have multiple drivers. They might need some more juice, and your MP4 player might not provide that. My phone might not provide that, but my audio interface surely does. So yeah, I'm happy with my new earphones. I haven't tried them on stage. I might do that sometime. I don't really play in a band yet, but what I do is I like play in jam sessions with friends in a town nearby, and you can bring your own audio, and you can even ask for a receiver to borrow, so you can put that on your hip and like live monitor the mic, and you have a tech guy managing all all the settings. I like the way they sit in the ear. For me, this is the first one in red. I had ones that were clear before. In terms of connection, there's 2-pin, there's MMCX. Those are basically the two main versions of connections of the IEMs. I found with 2-pin, especially with cheaper versions or cheaper models, they might become disconnected and you'll like lose signal in one ear for a second until you like move it around a little bit. But with MMCX, it's like two coils of gold-plated metal, and they sit inside of each other like this, and they can move around like this. So the cable, as you can see, it just twists around. So no problems there. So that's perfectly fine. If you want a little bit more softer cable, you see this is quite thick. This might not bend as well, especially with the Shure SE215s instead of the SE535s. You can go to like some website and buy MMCX to 3.5 millimeter cables. If I had them around, I would show them to you, but like, as you can see, my room needs a little bit tidying up to actually know where everything's at. But I know somewhere around here, I have this SE215s that are a little bit worn out with an aftermarket cable on them. The trade-off with the aftermarket cable is you get a more flexible cable. So it's like a little bit nicer to wear comfort-wise. Some people prefer the sturdier cables, but that's just a matter of preference. The trade-off there is you trade thickness for thinness, and like a little bit of sound quality gets lost there, like a little bit less drive to the elements in the IEM. So yeah, if you're looking for a cheap place to start off, I say go with the SE215s. If you want an even cheaper place to start off, like, see what you can find. Make sure it's in the MMCX connection. On AliExpress you can find that, or some Chinese website. But you know, take that with a grain of salt, because you might just spend a couple more bucks and buy yourself a real Shure, or real whatever brand you prefer. Now, spending 500 euros, if you're a real audiophile and you perform on stage, or you do things that need really precise monitoring of audio, I think they're worth it. If you're just a casual listener who just wants some better hardware to listen to, or a gamer, then, and you only prefer bass over actual dynamic range, then maybe go for a headset like this, like a Razer, that has a lot of bass and like a little bit drowns out the other frequencies a little bit, but that's not too important, especially if you're gaming or only listening to like bass heavy music and you don't really need the other frequencies as much. Then go for whatever you prefer. Bass heavy style. Not everyone will like these IEMs, especially if you're used to more bass heavy stuff that like has drowning other frequencies a little bit more. But yeah, I'm super happy with these. I mean, they look awesome, and they are fun to listen to, actually. Like, yeah. So that's it. Shure SE21535. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.